Yo, what's going on today, guys? It's Rick here with RR Sports with our weekly hottest hitters in baseball video, where we just tell you who were the hottest hitters in baseball the last 7 days, essentially. And I know I'm a little late this week. I usually post this video 2 days ago, but it's been Father's Day this weekend. There's been all kinds of stuff happening. We had a pool party. Got this new sign in the back here. I mean, it's been a busy week. So getting to see you guys here. I hope you guys do enjoy today's video. If you guys do find it interesting, drop a like on the video. Let me know in the comments if I missed anyone, because there are so many people can just get ridiculously hot. But I will say this week is maybe one of the highest peaks that we've seen since we started the series. Like, we are seeing massive numbers this week. So, and a couple repeats from weeks before. So let's jump right into it, guys. Coming in at number 5 today is Bryson Soto of the Philadelphia Phillies. Bryson Soto is a guy that is just absolutely raking this year, but I personally thought this was going to start last year. He was a very successful hitter in college, and I thought, oh, he's going to just jump right into the MLB and be honestly perfectly fine. He had his struggles. I mean, last year he had a bad year. It was like riding that line of should he get sent down? Like, it was not good. But since he's moved over to second base, I don't know if it's more of a comfortable thing for him there or whatnot. Maybe some of the pressure's been taken off, but he's raking. I mean, he's hitting right around 300. This week alone, he is hitting 435 with an 870 slugging with an OPS over 1,300. I love his swing. I love his swing. And that's why I was like so surprised of his struggles of last year. And you're seeing it. I mean, he's having multiple weeks like this. He started off the season super hot, which I think is so important to young players. I mean, I think a great example of that as well, who struggled last year, is having a really good year this year, is Perdomo for this D-backs, Gerardo Perdomo. He had a awful year last year, kind of like Stott, and he's just, very successful after a hot start to the year. So love to see it. That's why Bryson comes in at number 5 today, baby. He's red hot right now. So coming in at number 4 through 1, I'm telling you, it's hot. Like, these guys are smoking hot. So coming in at number 4 this week, we have Justin Turner. Justin Turner, the good old Dodger that has now, met to Dodger to Red Sox. And this is a guy that's never gotten really the attention he deserves. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, he is like the all-time RBI leader in the playoffs for the Dodgers. Like, the dude has always been super clutch in his career, and you can see this week alone, he's leading the league in RBIs the last week. He's had 10 RBIs, 3 home runs, hitting 450, OPS over 1,500. I mean, this week, absolute tear, and he's always been that guy since probably the last few years. I mean, it's taken a little bit for him to get going in his career. He had a slow start to his career, but ever since, I mean, he's been one of the most consistent centerpieces, and I wonder, I mean, he really never played DH for the Dodgers, but he's been doing a lot of DHing for the Red Sox, and he really hasn't seen any downside to his offense. So I'm really interested to see if this continues to go this way, or if he's going to just kind of fall off as he's a little more uncomfortable not DHing as much. Because I don't care what anyone says, being a DH is a lot harder than playing in the field and then coming in. Like, you're only focused on hitting. Like, it's so much easier to just be mad at yourself if you have a bad day, because you literally didn't contribute anything if you go 0 for 4 as a DH. So Justin Turner, phenomenal. He's been doing great. What a hot week. Coming in at number 3 today, we have Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, what can you say about Tatis Jr.? I mean, when this guy gets hot, it's ridiculous. And I will say, for a guy that's such a free swinger, when he is hot, he takes a lot of walks. Like, a lot of walks. Like, this week alone, 8 walks. 8. And that's in a lineup that you can't afford to walk Tatis. Let's be honest, that Padres lineup is one of the most dangerous built lineups. Yes, they've had their struggles this year, but you walk Tatis, you got Soto, Bogarts, Machado. Pick your poison. You don't want to face it. So this week, Tatis hitting 474, 2 home runs, on-base percentage 630, OPS 1,600, over 1,600 actually. Man, I don't even think there's anything you can really say about this guy other than, does anyone actually think he did steroids to get stronger or anything? I don't think anyone actually believes that. Can you guys confirm that in the comments? Because I personally think that he was in one of those situations where he was just hurt. He wanted to get back as soon as he could, and it's kind of like the DeAndre Hopkins thing. Like, no wide receiver in the history of the NFL has gone out and taken steroids to get stronger. Like, it's just to stay healthy. And is this down the line going to affect his Hall of Fame? Because let's be honest, he's so young doing what he's done so far. I mean, he's the fastest person ever to 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases. J-Rod actually just was the second fastest ever on that list. But, like, do you think this affects him long term? I want to know what you guys think about that and the whole Tatis situation, because it's so unique. I really want to know. So that's him coming at number 3 today. Red hot. I mean, it's Tatis. He's going to do it. He's going to have he'd probably show up on this list if I did it for the entire season. I bet you he shows up on it 5 times, at least. So, coming in at number 2, we'd love to see a good catcher on the list. Catchers don't typically have the offense, and this guy specifically has been struggling for him. Like, as one of the best, if not the best hitting catcher, like, over the past 5 or so years, JT Realmuto. JT Realmuto is arguably the best hitting catcher in baseball. I mean, I would probably say at this point, maybe Will Smith's overtaken him because he's been so consistent the last couple of years. But JT, legitimately the best defensive catcher in the MLB. He is impossible to steal on almost. He is phenomenal. But that's not what we're talking about here. Hitting .474 this week with an OPS over 1,800. Yeah. And that's number 2 on the list. So, yeah, he hit 3 home runs this week, 7 RBIs. I mean, just straight destroying the ball. And I think everyone kind of expected a week out of this to get him going, because he's had a slow start to the year, a very slow start. And he started it off against the D-backs, and I saw it and I was like, oh, this guy's locked in right now. So, great to see JT getting it going. Love a catcher making the list. I actually think he is the first catcher to make the list so far. So, congrats to JT. Coming in at number 1, a repeat from last week. Not the number 1 from last week. He was number 3 on last week's list. But what can you say? Shohei Otani, the best player in baseball, the most talented player in the history of baseball. And I would love to see anyone argue that, because what this guy is doing is just unreal. This week alone, 5 home runs, hitting .500, 629 on-base percentage, 10 walks to go with that, and an OPS over 1,800. Like, how did someone beat JT Realmuto at 1,828? Like, he has 1,837 OPS this week. Absolutely just mind-blowing. I think that ball he hit this week, and I apologize, I'm not putting videos on this week because it's been such a busy week, but the ball that he hit to left center, 2 of them, like, just left center demolished upper deckers at the Texas Rangers Stadium. It's like, legitimately, no one has ever hit a ball like that since StatCast has came out. Like, the guy's a freak. It's just mind-blowing. Like, I never in the history of, like, playing competitive sports growing up did I think that we would see someone pitch, at least not, maybe you could see like a closer or like a setup man, like, come in from like right field or first base and come in and throw, because like you've seen that in college. But as someone that like is a starting pitcher who is legitimately second in the AL in Ks this year as a pitcher, leading the MLB in home runs, like, he just keeps writing a narrative that's like unheard of. I just want to figure out where he's going to end up landing, because anyone that thinks he's actually going to get traded at the deadline, I just don't think anyone can make that trade. Like, unless someone like the Dodgers wants to like shell out a lot of their farm and then just instantly sign him, like, I guess you could do that. But anyone else, like, you'd have to lose so much and then re-sign him. Like, you can't just take him as a rental. So I'm intrigued. I'm sure he's going to show up on this list again at some point, but man, this is the greatest baseball player to ever touch the MLB field, at least for the time period. I'm not talking about like the greatest player ever as like a career, but like for pure talent, I don't think it's arguable. So, that's the list this week, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, reminder, once again, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.